Hey guys, so we're talking about managing low end this week. Yesterday we talked about trying to keep the kick and the bass guitar out of each other's way and how to make that work correctly so you get more definition out of the bass guitar and more punch out of your kick sound. The next step would be, and this really should have been the first video, is aux feeding your subs. Now, I know guys that argue this. Not many these days. Most guys are aux feeding their subs. I can do it either way because I mixed in stereo for so long, or even mono where everything was full range for so long. It's not really an issue in my world, but I do prefer aux-fed subs because I can EQ them separately, I can compress them separately, and then I can choose which instruments I'm sending to the subs, which makes the subs super, super efficient because I'm not asking the subs to reproduce things that really aren't in that musical spectrum anyways. Like, I don't put any guitar in the subs. My aux subs are usually kick, bass, keyboard for the left hand side of the keyboard, floor toms, any kind of playback music, or if I'm hosting a DJ or something like that, any kind of tracks like EDM tracks that are, behind like some of these new metal bands and stuff like that. I'll have all that in there, but no vocals. There's nothing musical below, like, man, I'm tempted to say, 200 hertz or something vocally, unless you're a bass singer in an a cappella group or something. I don't even know what the lowest note a human being can sing, but I mean, I roll off most of my vocal channels between, I don't know, 105 or 10 up to sometimes 150 if I'm in a small, challenging room. It may sound a little thin that way in sound check, but when you get the whole band going, you'll find that it'll be just fine. It just kind of is what it is in that scenario. And of course, we all know when we're in those small rooms, we're just combat audio, man. We're just trying to get through it without, setting the place on fire. So yeah, so that's kind of what's up with that. I had a guy in a comment say he fattened up guitars by running his aux sub into the guitar channels. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. I usually high pass electric guitars and acoustic guitars at least, 75 or 80, somewhere in that ballpark, sometimes even above that, depending on what style of music they're playing. But there's not a lot of musical information down there from the guitar that way. Obviously, we're not running horns in the subs. I'm trying to think other stuff. I guess a drum pad or something, some of that would go into the sub. We have some 808s going on, but yeah, that's kind of what it looks like in my world.